Being scared of heartache is a common fear, and so often it actually stops people to not enter into a relationship again. They might think that they are not doing well in relationships, or they just can't stand the fear again of being heartbroken, and they feel they just can't do it. So they end up staying by themselves for a very long time. And in this video, I want to show you that that isn't necessary. You don't need to do that. And there is a way out to actually help yourself to become, let's say, immune to heartbreak. Yes, there is such a thing. Hey, if you are new to this channel, I am Cummins. I am a self-love mentor, an energy healer and a spiritual guide, here to assist you to actually truly finally love yourself unconditionally. So, you know, there is a lot of self-help tips out there. There is lots of education on how to learn to love yourself, and all that is very, very important. And there are different stages to that. So when you have already practiced to love yourself, you know, you're able to stand up for yourself, you're able to keep your boundaries, you will say no when you feel a no. You're looking out for making sure that you are feeling comfortable in yourself, that you are not stepping over your own boundary, that you're not letting other people manipulate you or push you around so that they get what they want. So that's step one on the self-love journey, that you know what's right and good for you, and that you always follow only that. There's no exception to be made. In the same way, when you go to a shop and you want to buy a certain item of clothing and the label says $200, and you say, oh, can I not pay $50 less? You know, I'm so special. I come here all the time. I'm your customer. And then, of course, the store manager will not say, oh, yes, of course I will do that. Yeah, there is a certain standard. There is a certain price for things. And we also give ourselves a certain price by allowing others to treat ourselves nicely. So we look out for the value that we are placing on ourselves, and it's high. It has to be high, so that you are actually sending out an energy of, I love myself. I am worthy of the best treatment. And that, even in my book, we don't even need to talk about that. That is a given. We are all very, very precious beings because we are pure love in our hearts. We are actually emanating an innocence that we didn't know as children. And that's why I'm always actually working with the inner child when people are not yet feeling resolved in an emotional issue from the past. So the inner child is actually presenting to us who we truly are. They remind us how precious, unique, and innocent we are. And, you know, true love is quite sensitive. It's not something that you can bash about and you can mistreat. Yeah, but it is always important how we treat ourselves. So the other person has got nothing to do with us. So I want to highlight a different way of loving yourself. So once you have conquered and mastered the way of loving yourself, which is actually to do with looking out for your human self, making sure that your human self is protected, that she's comfortable, that she is treated with love, because you won't tolerate anything else. And when you got to that stage, you can say that you are loving yourself. And then there is the next stage. There is another step that is, I think, it's just looking at the whole scenario slightly different. So I am not looking out around me, how are people treating me, and what I need to do in order to protect myself or make sure that I am telling them, hey, this is not okay. I love myself and therefore I don't allow you to treat me like this. I am looking at from the inside out. So I am looking at every situation or person, behavior that comes along, can I still love this behavior? Can I still love this person even though they are being actually mean to me right now? So I am practicing my own love that is in my heart, that is abundant, that's infinite, that's always present. When a situation on the outside occurs that is maybe not loving. So it's not about the human me, you know, that might react. So it's about feeling my own love at all times, if possible. If I'm not feeling my own love and I am reacting for a minute or two, and I'm feeling like, yes, like the little child would feel when she gets shouted at, then you have to endure that in the minute. Then you let it settle, and then you find yourself again, and you make yourself strong, and in your love again. You come back to your love. You're not allowing yourself to be in that emotion of, oh, they hurt me. So you're coming back to your heart immediately, as soon as you possibly can. And then you are again experiencing this situation from your own heart, from your own love. And, it doesn't matter what happens. If people are not helping me when I ask them to help, my mom never calls me, or if my kids don't understand my point of view, or if certain people just don't like what I'm sharing on Facebook. And they have their own opinions and they can live their life the way they want to live their life. As long as they are allowing me to live my life, we can have a life together. We can mingle, we can have acquaintances, relationships, friendships together. So love is always about accepting others as they are. And if we cannot accept it because it's not in alignment with our standards and our level of tolerance, then we won't, of course. Then it's not acceptable to us. That's what we decide. But I am really talking about growing my own love and using life and all the situations and people in my life to strengthen that love. So I am always asking the question, can I love even that? Am I able to stay centered and loving in my own heart, and I'm not allowing the outside world to pollute my own way of thinking and being right now? So this is very important. This is what causes me to be able to stay still no matter what. This is what I've practiced. This has been my path, if you like, to love no matter what. I have practiced that basically all my life, and I've now come to a place where it doesn't matter if someone dies, like my sister died 10 years ago, or my father died 4 years ago, and I just look at it from love, because life is a cycle and it will end. And I know then, for instance, the soul goes up to the higher realms. This is not something to be sad about, because I'm not making it about me, and I'm not suddenly feeling lonely because a soul has left my life. It's the same when a partner says, I don't want to be with you anymore. And then I am actually realizing, I actually don't think that we were a good fit anyway. And maybe I was just holding on to them for a little longer. So whatever happens in life is always in alignment with my own love. It can't be any different, because I am a spark or a ray of the light and the love that is the big consciousness. So life itself is always benevolent, and whatever is happening for me is either a mirror to what I am projecting from the inside, and therefore it might be something negative or something to learn about, and it might not be comfortable. Or once I have learned all those things and I have actually transmuted the negative beliefs and the negative way of thinking, then I can be sure life is going to send me benevolent instances, benevolent circumstances, opportunities, people. Because I am love and life is love. So can you see that this is a bit of a different way of looking at it? But doing this, I only need one step to learn to love myself. Always ask myself, can I still love, accept, or at least be neutral about this person's behavior or the situation that has occurred? And can I anchor myself back into my own love, let this whole thing settle, let it be? It's almost like shaking it all off, you know, letting it go. It's not in the past, it's now in the past. This is maybe 3 days later, and now I can choose again. What would I like to create next? And this is how life works. It's not about dwelling in the misfortune that's happened to me, but instead is taking that as an opportunity and looking into my heart, what would I like to do next? So the more we can practice to detach ourselves from people, from things, from possessions, from statuses, from job titles, anything like that that's on the outside world, the more we can be detached from that and not actually needing it. Yes, we can have fun with it, of course, but we don't need it. And if we can do that, we are always free, and we are always living from our own heart and our own deeply centered peace. And the more we do that, the less anything on the outside can shake us, throw us out of balance or stillness, and in fact, the less tumultuous stuff or uprooting things are actually going to happen. You know, you can't be uprooted out of your stillness anymore once you've practiced this. And this is how you make yourself immune to heartbreak or any kind of heartache, losing someone in any kind of way. And it is also the best and fastest way to really and truly love yourself. If you like this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more uplifting, wisdom-filled videos that are always talking about who we truly are and how you can love yourself more and come back to your own truth.